All right, well, here we go. This is one of my favorite times in this evening because I get to sit back and relax. And well, in fact, I don't relax. I end up taking notes. And this is my learning session as well. So welcome along to my private classroom. So if none of you turned up, I would still be here having a chat with people like Quan. So we do have Quan Nguyen here tonight. He is a tech entrepreneur. And when we say tech entrepreneur, he really is. He's got, just loves, some of the apps and tools and things. He does develop them. He's got a team of people that develops them. He's got a very cool one, which I think he'll be talking about tonight as well too. So if you ever heard about Testified, then that's his suite of apps. Well, it's one app which has got a whole suite of tools in it. He also owns and runs Lead Pixel Agency, and he's got at least a decade of experience in business with tech startups, automation, and marketing. So Quan was kind to point out today where my automation sort of needed a bit of work in some of my systems and processes. So I'm a true entrepreneur, which means that there are some things that are broken there. So he was able to point out some of these broken things that we can start to fix tomorrow as well too. But he's got marketing apps really coupled with his creative sales and marketing strategies, and these have generated thousands of reviews and referrals and testimonials and leads for business owners across the world. So there's a global company. So tonight he's here to talk to us about how to generate 20 to 30 good testimonials every single month for your business. And he's going to talk about why that's important as well. So let's give it up and give a huge round of virtual applause and welcome Quan here as our guest speaker for tonight.
Hello, everyone. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, cool. So
looking good here.
I am so excited to be able to share this presentation with you guys about how to get 20 to 30 Google reviews every single month on autopilot and attract more customers that are ready to buy. So let's jump straight into it. So guys, it doesn't matter what service, what industry, what business you have, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands of new customers that are searching for your business right now. And they're looking at your Google My Business profile right now. We're literally talking hundreds and thousands of people, right? So we call these in marketing buyers in heat. These customers are the hottest customers you can get online, right? Because it's called intent marketing, right? So let me explain this by asking you a question. Have you ever Googled a plumber for fun? In fact, have you ever Googled any business for fun? Whether it be a florist, a doctor, a dentist, an electrician, a builder, a coach, a photographer. It doesn't matter what business you think of. People do not search Google for businesses for fun, right? People search Google because they're ready to buy or they're getting ready to buy, okay? That's why we call them buyers in heat, because it's intent marketing. Now, the question though is, are they going to choose your business or will they go down to that competitor down the road, right? Now, in the case of Google, it's not even down the road anymore, right? It's one mouse click away online. So that's the big question. So let's have a look at just some industries, right? So right now, just Pharmacy Brisbane, right, is getting 3,000 searches for Brisbane Pharmacy, compounding pharmacy, right? Terry White, Chemist Warehouse, Priceline. There's literally thousands of people searching for pharmacists, right? Florists, Flora Delivery, Flowers Brisbane, Dried Flowers Brisbane, thousands and thousands of searches. And you can see how much people are paying for those keywords, right? Now, if you want, just connect with me later. We've got a tool that will show you exactly how many people are searching for your type of business, right? So connect with me later, reach out to me afterwards, and we can go through this exercise for your specific type of business. But any business, right? There's literally thousands of people, like 10,000 people a month are searching for flowers in Brisbane, right? And people are paying anywhere from $3, $2 a click, okay? Let's have a look at another one, Mortgage Broker Brisbane, okay? Now, mortgage brokers get less search volume, but look how much they're paying for a click to their website. They're paying anywhere from $15 to $30 per click, right? Now, what I'm going to show you tonight, guys, and the strategy that I'm going to show you basically allows you to get literally dozens, if not hundreds of these clicks for free. Okay, so all these people that are paying for, you know, $20 a click, $3 a click, $5 a click, by optimizing your Google My Business profile and really focusing on getting lots and lots of Google reviews, right? You will get literally dozens of these clicks for free. And then all these people, these hundreds of people that are searching for your business, you actually get them visiting your website. So I'll show you exactly how to do that. And that's what this presentation is all about. Now, before I go on, let me explain to you what's happened online over the last few years, okay? And you can blame all the big tech giants for this. You can blame Amazon, you can blame Airbnb, you can blame Google, you can blame all the big tech giants for people doing this now, right? So this is the same product on Amazon. It's a 3.5 millimeter headset earphone splitter, right? Take any product on Amazon and you can do this. Now, these products are right next to each other, right? When you search for this particular product. But this one on the left has 3 stars and it's only got 2 reviews. On the right-hand side, this product has 4.5 stars and it's got 849 people that have reviewed the product, right? Now, they're both about $5. This one's $5.50. This one's, you know, $5.99, right? So basically the same price. But which one would you guys choose if you were shopping for this product? Okay, would you choose the one on the left with 3 stars and 2 reviews, or 4.5 stars with 849 reviews? Which one would you guys choose? Right? It's a bit of a no-brainer question, right? Now, guys, if your customers are doing this every day with their everyday shopping, right? Like if you go and download an app on the App Store or on Android, what are you doing when you look at apps? You're looking at the reviews, right? So people do this with Airbnb, with Amazon, with Google. And the point is, if people are doing this with a $5 product, what do you think your customers are doing when they're looking at your Google My Business profile online, right? Which you could be providing a $1,000 service or a $500 service, right? That's what your customers have been conditioned to do, right? Now, have a look at this. This up the top is a motorcycle mechanic, and they're literally like 3 minutes drive apart, right? They're one suburb next to each other. So I'm a motorcycle rider. I love riding motorcycles. If I was to go and get my motorcycle service and I needed a mechanic, am I going to choose this guy that's got 2.3 star average rating with 18 Google reviews? Or am I going to go to this guy right down the road? He's got 4.9 stars and 45 Google reviews, right? Who am I going to choose if I need my motorcycle service? I'm going to choose this guy here, Mech Auto, right? Same thing with fish and chips. If I need fish and chips and I'm going out to look at fish and chips because I need some fish and chips tonight, am I going to choose the guy that's got 3.6 star average rating with 39 Google reviews? Or this guy here with 4.6 star average rating and he's got 535 people bragging about him, right? Again, this is what's happened online, Airbnb, Google, whatnot. So I'll show you what's happening, right? You can put in any keyword search. So if you're a florist, I heard somebody's a coach, somebody else does, you know, all these different types of businesses. Whatever business you are, just type it into Google, right? And this is what happens. Google always shows up the top, the AdWords, right? That's just how they've structured it. But what Google's doing now is they are becoming the local business search engine and the local business search marketplace, right? So what that means is that you don't actually have to leave Google to do business online, right? When it comes to local businesses. So what happens is people look at the ads and go, no, I don't want to see ads. I want to do my research. And they look at this. This is called Google's map pack, right? The top 3 of Google's map pack. If you can get yourself in the top 3 of the map pack of Google, it's literally like running a 4-figure marketing campaign, right? You will get more leads than you know what to do with, okay? Now, what most people do is they'll click this view all. So they want to see all the available businesses for my area, right? So they'll click the view all button, which expands it to this view on the right-hand side, which is the Google Maps view. And then Google lists all of the businesses down the left-hand side, as you know, right? We've all been there, we've all done this. Now, what separates your business from the other business, right? Because these are all plumbers. So if you're a coach, all the coaches show up. If you're a florist, all the florists show up. So what's separating you from all your other competitors? What's the one thing, the colorful thing that sticks out on this list here? Anybody want to have a guess? It's the yellow stars, right? It's the yellow stars that your eyes are drawn to. And then what do they do next? They look at the reviews, they look at the rating, and they look at the number of reviews. Now, what's happening, guys, is this is the new local SEO, right? So in the past 5, 6, 7 years ago, if you wanted to do some SEO, right, you'd work on SEO words on your website and still do that. That's great. But this is the new way of getting heaps and heaps of inquiries really, really quickly. So remember what I talked about before of those hundreds, if not thousands of people that are searching for your business, right? This is how you get clicks to your website now, right? Just increase your Google reviews. Most reviews means most trusted. Most trusted means most inquiries. So I can tell you out of this list, okay, see Brisbane Plumbing and Drainage, they've got 283 reviews with a 4.6 star rating, right? They're getting the majority of the clicks, okay? Because everyone's going, oh, okay, cool. Everyone's using this guy, right? It's similar to when you look at a restaurant and you got one restaurant that's empty and dead, and the other restaurant next to it is alive and brimming with life, and just people are, you know, eating. You're always going to be drawn to that restaurant. It's called social proof, right? You're seeing it with your eyes. This is social proof. This is what everybody is doing, right? So it must be the safe choice, okay? So Brisbane Plumbing and Drainage, 283 reviews. They're getting the most amount. Then this guy here, Conrad Martins, right? 235 reviews. 4.8 stars, he's getting a lot of clicks as well. So these other guys, see this guy up the top, Liquid Solutions, right? Although he's running an ad, it means nothing, because although he's paying, right? So whether he's paying for the click or paying for the impression, it means nothing, because right underneath him is another plumber with 82 reviews. And underneath him is another plumber with 283 reviews. So although Liquid Solutions is running an ad, right, it doesn't mean that he's actually getting the clicks. Right? So I'm happy to go through this with you guys personally, to do this with you for your business, right? Now, let's look at some stats and then I'm going to go into strategy, okay? So if you don't know this, guys, 97% of your customers read an average of 10 reviews before making a decision about a business. So we all do it, don't we? Like on this page here, you actually go and read some of the reviews to see what other people are saying about this business before you actually inquire. So 97% of people are looking at 10 reviews before making that inquiry. Now, 91% of your customers trust these online reviews as much as a personal recommendation from a friend or a family member, right? So these online reviews that are online from your customers, it has the same effect as if it's their own friend or family member recommending your business to them. That's how highly reviews are regarded, right? They're trusted and they're regarded. 85% of customers, right, think that reviews older than 3 months are not relevant, right? So they look at the reviews and go, oh, it's 6 months old, right? I wonder what they're doing like now. I wonder how the fish and chips is these days, right? 87% of consumers won't use a business with a 1 to 3 star rating. This is huge, guys, because we're doing a lot of business with accommodation service providers at the moment, and a lot of them have lower than 4 stars. So what this means, this stat, what it means is unless you've got a 4-star rating or above 4 stars, then you're missing out on 85% of the traffic that is going through Google, right? So if you're rated lower than 4 stars, the number one thing you have to focus on is I need to get my average rating up above 4 stars so that I start getting a lot more traffic, okay? Now, even a little tiny movement in your average rating, right, will increase the amount of reviews that you increase the amount of inquiries that you get. So even a 0.1 star increase, right, in your average rating will increase conversion rate by up to 25%, right? So just that average rating has such a massive effect on how many inquiries people, you'll start getting, right? Phones start ringing, websites start clicking, right? You'll see a big uplift in the amount of traffic that comes through your website, and your phone will start ringing as well. Now, the last one is very important, guys. 66% of consumers, right, who are asked to leave a review will write you a review, okay? But, and a big but, right, you have to ask them at the right time, Okay. So what this means, guys, is if 5 to 6 out of your customers are not, if 5 to 6 out of 10, right? 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 of your customers are not giving you a review, then your review generation system or your review generation strategy is broken, right? So basically you should be aiming for, out of 10 customers that I serve, I should be collecting 5 Google reviews, right? And again, if you're not getting that, it just means that you need a better system, okay? So have you ever looked at a business online and you've gone, how did they do that? So look at this guy, right? 1,100 Google reviews, right, for mortgage broker in Brisbane, while all of his competition has like 100, maybe 50. This guy, and I showed you before, right, mortgage brokers are paying $30 a click on Google for a hit to their website, right? This guy's getting them all for free, okay? Because when you search mortgage broker Brisbane, right, he's the only one that's got like 1,100 reviews. Everyone else has got like 100, okay? You look at these other businesses, this guy here, Big Box Cars, 1,400 reviews, right? Business Blueprint, which I'm a mentor, right? I'm a mentor for this group called Business Blueprints. They've got 563 Google reviews, right? Fish Chicken, right? Fish and Chip Shop, 552 reviews. So it's not uncommon to see some of the better businesses out there have these literally hundreds, if not thousands of reviews. Now, how do they do it? That's the question, and that's what I want to show you, right? Was it by luck? Was it by accident? Did they just slip slap like a Google review sticker on the window, right? It was none of those things, guys. This sort of result doesn't happen by luck, chance, accident, or by slapping a Google review sticker on a window, right? It happens through strategy and systems, okay? So I'll show you what we did for this company called Art of Tea, right? So they've been around for years selling tea online. And over those years, and I'm talking like 7, 8 years in business, right? They had 27 reviews in 7 years of business, right? We implemented a Google review strategy, and in 3 weeks shot up from 27 reviews to 74 reviews, right? So you can see we got them 47 reviews in like 3 weeks. So you can see, right? December, January, March, you know, all the way up to April. It's been like that for years. And then boom, implement a strategy and you can skyrocket the amount of reviews you get, right? Next business, Aussie Bargain Car Rentals. This business has been in business for over 10 years, right? Hiring out cars on the Sunshine Coast, okay? Brutal, brutal market, right? Car rentals are all right next to each other and they're at the airport, right? Brutal business and very competitive. So how do you differentiate yourself, right? Google reviews, because that's how people shop now. So they had in 10 years, 67 Google reviews. And then in like 3 weeks, boom, 41 reviews, right? So we've got them literally almost as many reviews in 3 weeks as they got in 10 years. Right? Again, you need systems and strategy, and this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to get these types of results, okay? So let me explain how to do it. So what you need to do, guys, is you need to really start strategizing and thinking about how do I get lots and lots of reviews? So for example, if McDonald's hired me to do their reputation management and to get them a ton of Google reviews, and if you were McDonald's, this is the first thing that I would do. I would look at your business and I would ask myself, how and where can I get more Google reviews? So McDonald's really has 4 things going, right? They've got locations, they've got product, which is a hamburger. They've got like a service, right? Which is like their self-service kiosks, right? So that's like a service that they provide. And they've got like humans, right? They've got team members, okay? Ronald McDonald, who hosts McDonald's house parties, right? So Ronald McDonald is a team member. So within every business, you're going to have this. You're going to have your location, you're going to have your product, you're going to have a service, right? And you're going to have team members, okay? So what you need to do is go, okay, I want to collect Google reviews for every single part of my business, okay? And how you do that is by creating forms, okay? So you need to create a review request form for everything. But there's a specific way to do this, guys, right, to get the right result. So for example, if you're a pharmacy, so we've got a big pharmacy client, right? They've got about 7 pharmacies here in Brisbane. And so You could ask about your shop, your products or service, okay? That's one way of asking for a review. You could ask for, obviously they've got a doctor's clinic as well, right? So I want to show you, when you ask for a review, okay, you don't say, can you give me a review, right? It sounds like a lot of work, right? What you need to ask for first is a rating, okay? Rate your experience. All you're saying is, here's 5 stars, just click 1. Okay, and you're asking for a rating of their experience, okay? But the way that I ask is I actually ask 3 things in the one question. So you see here, I said, hey, how would you rate our shop? That's 1, our products, and then our service. And by asking 3, by embedding 3 things in their mind when you're asking for a rating, they're thinking, okay, I'll rate you on 3 of those things, right? Your shop, your product, and your service, okay? And then basically they can rate you from there, right? Now, the other way you would do it is you can ask for a review or a rating, not on your shop, but on a person. So remember what I talked about with McDonald's before, where you've got location, you've got products, you've got services, and you've got people, right? So you can actually collect reviews on people, get people to rate your team members, right? But still take them to Google review to give the review at the end, right? So you create a review request form for everything in your business, okay? Every little facet of your business, okay? So because I don't have much time tonight, I've actually deleted a lot of slides. But basically, how these forms work is you've got the rating. That's the first page that you send people, right? Rate your experience. Now, what you have to do, guys, is you have to separate the unhappy customers from the happy customers. So if I gave you this and then you gave me 1, 2, or 3 stars, which means that you're not happy with me, right? Then I would send you to a feedback form, okay? So I say, hey, rate your experience, and then boom, you've given me 1 or 2 stars or 3 stars. Then I send you to a feedback form to go, hey, I'm really sorry to hear that, right? Let me fix it for you, right? Tell me what happened. And it's a feedback form that gets directed straight to your email, right? And then you can fix that straight away, fix that unhappy customer. And by doing that, right, you're going to stop yourself from getting a negative review on Google, okay? It's a very simple thing, guys. It's like a 2-minute phone call, okay? To stop a negative review going on Google, okay? Because what this negative review form does is it allows people to vent. It allows people to feel like they've been vindicated, and it makes them feel like they've been heard, right? And it allows them to just let go of that emotional frustration, right? And when that happens, they don't feel like need to go and just bag you out on Google, okay? But if you give me 4 or 5 stars, right, I don't take you to a feedback form. If you give me a 4 or 5 star rating, I take you to this page. This is where we ask for the review, okay? So up front, we just say, rate me, okay? Rate your experience, okay? If they give you 4 or 5 stars, we know they're happy, right? Then we say something like this: hey, thanks so much. If you feel like I've helped, then your testimonial would mean the world to me, right? So we've been trying different copywriting here. We can say something like, hey, it would really help my small business, right? Using the word small business has really increased the number of people leaving reviews, right? And so you can test, A/B split test different ways of asking. But there's a couple of tips here, okay? So 1, you got to use a face if you can, okay? So use a familiar face, because people, when they see that face that they're familiar with, right? That could be the front of person, that could be you, it could be the person that consulted with them, it could be the receptionist that they always see, or the person that's always serving them at the counter, whatever it is. Use a familiar, friendly face, right? That has really increased our conversions. Ask in such a way that you're actually asking for help, because people love to help if they're asked, right? If I do an SOS call and I say, hey guys, can you help me? I really need help here, right? People are willing to go, yeah, I'll help you. Okay, so ask for it in such a way that you're asking for help, okay? And then make it super simple, okay? If you want to collect heaps and heaps of Google reviews, right? Or reviews on Facebook, reviews on Trustpilot, Yelp, whatever platform you want to collect reviews on, then you got to do 2 things. You have to make it easy on yourself, and that's through systems and processes, but you have to make it easy on your customer, right? Don't say, hey, can you give me a Google review? And then expect them to go and find you on Google Maps, because on Google Maps, there's like 4 or 5 steps before they can get to the review section, right? So what these buttons do is one click and boom, they're on Google, right? One click. So I'll show you a live form actually. So this is a live form for Aussie Bargain Car Rentals, right? So we've set up a system whenever somebody returns a car, right? This request goes out like immediately as soon as they've returned the vehicle, right? So again, if I give you 2 stars, okay, then it goes to a feedback form and boom, they can write the feedback, okay, straight away, boom. And then you get that feedback to say, hey, I'm not happy, right? Fix it. And then you'll have a customer for life. If I give you 4 or 5 stars, it takes me to Google reviews, right? In their case, they want word of mouth reviews as well. Now, I'll show you what happens. If I click on Google button, okay, guess where it takes me? It takes me straight to the section where I can just leave a review. I don't have to find the business. I don't have to Google the business. I don't have to go to their Google Maps. I don't have to do any of that, right? It takes me straight here and then boom, I can just leave my review and be done with it, right? So if you want to collect heaps and heaps of Google reviews, you have to make it simple and easy, take away all the hurdles, all the friction, right? For you to receive that review, right? Make it easy on your customers. Okay, really, really good tip here, guys. SEO keywords in reviews equals a better SEO all around, right? So we ask for reviews in such a way where you're getting your SEO keywords, right? And your customer is putting them into their reviews, okay? Doesn't work perfectly every time, but if you can get things like, you know, electrician, like for this person, it's an electrician, right? So electrical, plumbing, electrician, exhaust fans, right? Bathrooms. Because what happens on Google is when somebody types in exhaust fan, right? This is what Google looks at. They look at things like this and then it shows them the result. Now, the way that you reply to the review, you can actually really cheat almost, right? So when you reply to a review, you can put in your SEO keywords in the reply of the review, and that also works as well, right? So if you're a plumber in Brisbane that specializes in toilet plumbing, I don't know, you could say, hey, we strive to be the best, you know, toilet plumber in this location, right? And put in the suburb. So when somebody types in toilet plumber Tarragindi, right, which is where I live, guess what? They pop up, right? So the way that you respond to a review matters, right? And we've got a whole strategy around responding to reviews as well. So now let's get into strategy before I run out of time, right? So strategy is all about 2 things. There's active strategy. So that's you actively chasing the review and getting the review. And then there are ways to do it passively. And I'm going to cover both, okay? So before I do that, let me explain by answering this question. So a lot of people, almost everyone that I work with, they ask this, should I incentivize, okay, for the review? Because they see a lot of other businesses doing it, right? I'm not going to tell you how to do it or whether you should do it, right? All I can say is that it does work. But some businesses don't need to. Like we've worked with plenty of businesses where we don't incentivize and we get just as many reviews as other businesses that do. And in some cases, they get more reviews than other people that incentivize, right? It just depends on your business and it depends on your database, depends on your audience, whether your database is full of raving fans and they love your brand and you've really looked after them. So when you ask for the review, it's like you don't have to incentivize, they're willing to do it anyway. But really, I want to just sort of, if you are going to incentivize, I want to give you some help, right? So if you're a B2B, okay, I want you to, if you're B2B, the best way to incentivize is just offer to exchange reviews, okay? So just say, hey, you know what, you give me a review, I'll give you a review back, right? Just if you're a B2B, that's the best way to do it, right? It works every single time because I mean, your customer wants a review, but so do you. So you're just really helping each other out. And again, if you've serviced them well and you've given them a great product, great service, there's no reason why they won't. But for B2B, that works well. You don't need to do it any other way, okay? If you're a B2C, then you can give away something that is low cost to you, okay? But has high perceived value and desire to your customers, whatever that product service might be, okay? There's coupons, there's contests, there's giveaways, there's cashbacks, there's vouchers, there's tons of ways to do it, okay? Let's go on. So I'm going to show you active strategy number 1. So this is pretty much like the very first thing that we do, okay? When we sign on with a client, it's called database reactivation, okay? And it's a strategy that a lot of people don't realize works or they don't know that it works. But database reactivation is not just for Google reviews, right? Database reactivation, you can get a ton of sales, you can get a ton of referrals, right? And you can get a ton of Google reviews and testimonials. You just have to know how to do it, right? So data reactivation is when you go into your database of people that have purchased from you. You know, that could be from a QuickBooks list or a Xero list of customers. There could be subscribers to your newsletter, whatever it is. It's a database of people that know about your business, right? And you basically go back to that database and you reactivate them through a reactivation strategy. Now, I'm only going to talk about one part of this, which is reactivating for Google reviews, right? So active strategy number one is sending them an automated review generation campaign, right, to your existing database. Now, guys, in order to do this, you do need software, right? To do this manually is almost impossible. It just takes too long and it takes up too much time. And whenever you go back to an older list, right, you have to separate the unhappy customers from the happy customers, because you don't want to do a strategy and a campaign and then you end up getting a whole bunch of negative reviews on Google. So you do need software, and what you need, guys, is you need software. You need your forms. So remember those forms and those landing pages that I showed you before. You need them built out, and then you need the campaign. And then once you've got the campaign built, you've got the forms ready, boom, send it out. And your forms and your email sequence and your text messaging sequence just does everything. Okay, so the reason why you need a software is because you need to send multiple requests. Okay, you can't just send one request, you need to send three. Okay, 3 is the maximum, right? And also it's the minimum. You got to send a minimum of 3 but a maximum of 3 requests. So that's an email, right, that goes out 3 different times. Now, we modeled our strategy, okay, directly from Uber and from Airbnb, the way that they do it, okay? Airbnb spent millions perfecting this strategy. So we don't want to reinvent it. We just copied exactly how they do it. So Airbnb, as soon as you check out of an Airbnb, you get a request exactly 3 to 4 hours after you've checked out, right? And then about 4 to 5 days after that, you get another review request, and about another 5 days after that, you get another one, okay? And again, there's a way to do it. You have to put the 5 stars inside the email, right? So that when they're reading the email, there's the 5 stars inside the email already, and they can just click on the stars while they're reading the email, right? That gets a great result. But yeah, you just need software so you can, you need auto stop feature, right? So if they give you a review, then you don't want a second request to go out or a third request to go out, right? So you need an auto stop feature where once they've given you a review, boom, you don't asking them anymore, okay? You need to be able to test and measure, okay? And then you also need to be able to send different campaigns, right? And this is why you need a software to be able to do it. So that's strategy number one, okay? Reactivation of your old list, okay? Now, let me give you some metrics around this. So out of 1,000 people, we're going to get about 10 to 20% conversion rate. So if you give me 1,000 people, you're going to get about 100 to 200 Google reviews. Okay, it's about right. So 10 to 20% conversion is what you're going to get from a reactivation strategy. Okay, now current customers, new customers, right? Customers that have just done business with you and you send them a review at the right time, you get a lot higher conversion rates. Now, this is asking at the time of purchase or shortly afterwards, okay? So remember, timing is everything when it comes to Google reviews, right? So let me illustrate it this way. If you're a mattress shop, okay, do you send a Google review request after they've purchased the mattress, right? You wouldn't, because they haven't slept on the mattress, right? If you're a mattress shop, do you send it 3 days after? You wouldn't, because they still haven't slept on the mattress. If you're a mattress shop, the way that you send a Google review is after delivery, okay? After delivery and about 3 days after the delivery, because that way they've had 3 or 4 nights to sleep on the mattress. Then when you ask for a Google review, it's the right time, right? So timing is everything. Every business is different, right? Like with our, with our accommodation businesses, with our car rental businesses, we ask as soon as they check out or they return the vehicle, right? But for your business, it may not be the right strategy to ask right after, right? You need to give people time to enjoy whatever product or service you've provided, and you need to ask them at the height of their emotional satisfaction, okay? That's when they're really high on what they've just received from you. They love you, you're on top of their mind, and that you ask for a review, boom, that's when you get it. Okay. So timing is everything, because remember, 66% of consumers will give you that review if you ask them at the right time. Okay. So I'll give you some examples. If you're a tradie, okay, the way that we do with tradies is we do it during pack up. So as your tradie is packing up, right, that's when the homeowner is sitting there sort of waiting for them to leave, right? And so they're sort of sitting there doing nothing anyway. So we create all these business cards with QR codes for our tradies. And basically we teach our tradies to say, hey, while I'm packing up, it's going to take me 5 or 10 minutes to pack up. Hey, would you mind giving me a review, or would you mind rating my service, right? And you give them the card, they just scan the QR code. They're sitting there waiting for you to leave anyway. They're not doing anything. Boom, you've got yourself a review. Again, you got to make it easy, okay? Retail is great. You can ask at the counter, okay? Or ask at the time of the customer's peak emotional satisfaction. So that's really strategy number 2, right? Asking at the time of purchase or shortly afterwards. And again, you do need to systemize this, guys, okay? Now, adding customers after you service them, right? This is another strategy where if you can't ask at the time of purchase because you've run a really busy store, or for whatever reason, you know, you just don't have time to ask people for reviews at that time, then what you can do is you can just add them in afterwards, right? Which works really well. So this strategy, guys, should be as easy as one click. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So let me go out of here. This is our tool, right? So see this green button here? It should be as easy as clicking a button, okay, putting in the customer's name, right? And then going, okay, do I want to send it to his mobile phone or to his email, right? And you just choose, okay, I'll send it to his email, right? Send a review invite, and boom, there's a whole sequence that goes out, okay? So what you need to do is you need to set up a system where you can click a button, add a customer, and it's done, right? The software should do everything for you. Your automation that you build inside of your email software does everything for you, okay? You just need to add them in. So it'll send them, like, you know, the whole Airbnb thing, right? 3 emails and 1 text message, right? So that's how easy it should be, just to add a customer and basically send them a campaign, okay? Any questions so far? Should I just keep going, Nick?
Yes, then drop it into chat. Unmute yourself, and let's grab a break for anyone that's got any questions now.
I'm reading through the chat as well, just.
Mine's not really a question, it's more how I was thinking. But when you were mentioning about doing a review before they go to Google or Facebook, to me, that's one extra request you're asking for. And
are you talking about the feedback form?
Yes, yes.
The feedback form is only for negative ratings.
But when someone leaves you 5 stars on that, isn't it that when they get the please
feedback
would you
form?
Yeah.
No, you've got it all wrong. So basically 4 and 5 stars do not go to a feedback form.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, 4 or 5 stars goes directly to Google.
So it will send them straight to Google to...
No, it won't, because I'll tell you why we do it this way, right? So you're talking about, let me go back to this. You're talking about this, aren't you, Jane?
Yep,
right?
yep.
So you're saying that by having this, it's one extra step.
Yes.
You're talking about this 3rd page here on
yes,
the right.
Correct.
No,
correct.
So the 3rd page on the right. So the 1st page is about the rating, right?
Yeah.
So we want to get the rating. We want to know how happy they are, right?
Yep.
So that we can obviously part and separate the unhappy from the happy, yeah?
Yep.
This 3rd page, it's one click, but the way that you ask on this is what creates the conversion, right? You could send them directly to Google, right? But the problem is there's a few things going on here. One is not everybody has a Google account, right? Think about that. So if you don't have a Google account, we normally have a little piece of writing here that says, if you don't have a Google account, click on Facebook or, you know, Trustpilot, right?
Yeah.
Because if you send somebody straight to Google and they don't have a Google account, it makes your business look bad because you've just sent them somewhere where they're like, oh, what's all this? This is all broken.
Sure. So you're saying that by someone clicking the 5th star on your feedback form, pretty much they haven't had to enter in any text or anything yet. They're not leaving a review as such. They just then can choose. They can choose which one.
Yeah, it's one click on a star.
Yeah, I get it.
Any star rating, any click on a star either takes them to a feedback form or it takes them to a review request form.
Yeah. Yep. No, that sounds better. I thought there was going to be too much leaving reviews, but you've cleared that up. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm all about efficiency, right? I have this thing. I think it's because I'm Asian. I like to be efficient. We just love efficiency, right? Even one click. If I look at a process and there's one click that I can save, right? I will save that one click. And we do that with all of our automations, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a reason why we do it like this, because yeah, some people just don't have a Google account. But this page here is what gets us the review, because it's really personalized. Like you've got the face and then you've got a personalized message to your customer.
Yeah.
Right. To say how much your testimonial is going to help my business, you know. Yeah, so it's a lot better than just writing an email, you know. Any other questions, guys? Nope.
Yes. Could I ask something?
Yes, absolutely.
I should turn my video on. Okay. I don't know if you can see me. Anyway, so I just want to, so you say, talking about the Google reviews, but do you set that up on Google? Like, where do you set it up?
So basically, Google has a link, right? So you can grab a link from your Google My Business profile.
Okay.
That sends people directly to that page, right? So we connect up your Google My Business review link to those buttons. So see these buttons?
Right.
All of these buttons are just URL links, right? That we hide behind the button. And when you click on the button, they're clicking on a URL link.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, so like if I go back to, right? Oops, to this one. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah,
could you put that link on the chat thing?
No, because everybody has their own link. Every person has their own Google My Business profile.
Oh.
Right? Every person has their own Google My Business profile, and basically you can't use my link. It's gonna send people to my Google My Business profile. Yeah.
Okay.
So see Aussie Bargain Car Rentals, right?
Yes.
Link. If I click on that, right, that link, it takes me to their Google My Business.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense? So you need to, the first thing you need to do is you need to optimize your Google My Business profile, right? If you don't have it optimized properly, then you're not going to get a lot of inquiries in the first place. But then, yeah, you need to go into your Google My Business profile and basically get the URL. Nick, I'm running out of time, my friend. I'm going to move on.
Okay, good.
So, Quan, can I just ask then, I have used that URL. Is the URL meant to be the same for every time I'm requesting from my Google My Business?
Correct. Yeah, it'll take them to this page. Your URL should take them to this page every time. It doesn't matter who clicks on it. It takes people to this page, which is Aussie Bargain Car Rentals or whatever your business name is.
Yeah.
It takes them straight here.
So my URL's been appearing differently every time. So there's something going wrong with that, with how I've got my thing optimized then.
Yeah. I don't know. It should be the same URL every single time.
Okay. All right. I thought it should be. Thanks.
All right. So let's keep going. Okay. The last strategy I'm going to show you is email signature link, right? So you can build these little things that look like this. And you can put it in your email signature. Now, I only use this in my reply emails, okay? In my main emails, I have a totally different signature. Now, what this does, we built it to be the same thing. 1, 2, or 3 stars goes straight to a feedback form. 4 or 5 stars take them straight to Google, okay, for a review. The reason why we do this is because it's so easy in the daily interaction of emailing people, right? To go, hey, I'm emailing this customer. They're really happy. I can tell they're happy. They're over the moon. And it's so easy to go, hey, right? And you just reply to them. You go, hey, can you just quickly leave me a review, right? and they'll do it because it's right there in the email signature. So they'll just click 4 or 5 stars. So you direct them, right? You say, hey, can you give me a 5-star Google review? It'll really help me out, right? And because you're getting them right at that point where you're interacting, they're emailing back and forth, and they're super happy with you, right? It's so easy because we're just sending thousands of emails a day. It's so easy just to go, hey, can you give me a Google review, right? And that's why we have that in the email signature. And sometimes by having this here, you'll just get it passively, right? People just go ahead on their own accord and they'll just leave you a Google review. Okay, I'm going to go real quick. So this is a passive strategy now. So these are all the active strategies that I showed you. This is passive. Now, if you want passive reviews, so if you want to collect Google reviews passively, then you need to use QR codes. Okay, so whether it's a business card, whether it's a flyer, whether it's a floor banner, whatever it is, right? Use a QR code in a very high traffic area, in a waiting room, in a line, right, where they line up to pay. Use it, if you're a doctor, you've got a doctor's waiting room, use one of those posters, right? And have a QR code. I talked about before with tradies, right? You have like a QR code on a business card and you give it to that person as you're packing up and you ask for a review right then and there, okay? For our accommodation businesses, we're using them in compendiums, right? Inside the hotel rooms, and that's working really well. If you've got a shop window, right? So we've been doing QR code marketing before QR codes were actually popular, right? QR code marketing is awesome if you know how to do it properly, right? So see this hairdresser here, right? He's getting customers 24/7 when they walk past his shop window, right? Free haircut for new customers, scan the QR code, book now, right? So people scan that QR code, opt in, right? So you could be literally, coming out from a nightclub, right? Going home, walking past his shop, boom, he's collected a subscriber, right? He's collected a new customer. So shop windows work really, really well, okay? If you have good foot traffic. If you're a retail shop, you can get, you can put them on a receipt. So we've done that for a lot of our retailers, just put a QR code on a receipt and said, hey, give us a review, right? We've even incentivized it to say, hey, go into a contest, give us a review, go into a contest, right, to win this. Creating these really cool looking custom QR codes is really good branding for your business. So yeah, I'll move on. So guys, I showed you at the beginning of the session, I've got so many more slides, but I've run out of time. How to get 20 to 30 Google reviews, right? Every single month on autopilot. If you guys do everything that I just showed you, right? And you're servicing 50 to 60 customers a month, right? You will collect 20 to 30 Google reviews, right? So it all depends on what your ratio of customers look like, okay? So you're gonna get about 50% conversion, right? So if you're servicing 100 customers a month, you should be getting 50 Google reviews, okay? So obviously that's how you do it. I've got like 3 more slides and then I'm finished. Now guys, it's not just about getting Google reviews, okay? You wanna become the #1 choice on Google, okay? So it's not about getting a couple of reviews here and there. You want to utilize this strategy, right? And have it as a core strategy in your business because Google reviews don't disappear, right? Once you get a Google review, it stays there forever, right? And it just keeps working for you. So become the #1 choice on Google, right? Again, I say this all the time. Most reviewed means most trusted, means most inquiries, okay? People will just choose you because you've got the most amount of reviews. So our goal is to always help you to become the most reviewed and most trusted business in your industry, okay? So be that market leader and boom, you're just gonna collect so many inquiries that a lot of your marketing won't be required because you just get it for free from Google, okay? Now, I wanna show you what to do with the review. So once you get the review, it's not just about getting it, it's about using it to convert people on your website, right? So this is one of our many, many clients. And I want to show you what we call our wall of love, okay? And a wall of love is this. Basically, you collect all of your reviews from TripAdvisor, Bookings.com, Google, Facebook, all of that, and you showcase it in a wall like this, right? And what this tool does is as soon as you get a new review, right, it shows up in real time. So it's connected between Google and your website. Okay, so you get a brand new review, boom, it shows up straight away on your website, right? So that's called a wall of love. Now, what I also want to show you is the difference between the old way of collecting or the old way of showcasing reviews and the new way of showcasing reviews. Okay, so the old way that people used to do it is this: they have like a testimonial section on a website, right? Now, the reason why this works okay, but it's not the best, is because your social proof only works when I'm in this area of your website, right? In this section of your website is when social proof works. But as soon as I go away from that area of the website, then you no longer have social proof working for you. The better way and the new way is to use a floating widget like this on the bottom left-hand corner, right? So see how it says highest rated in Warrnambool, right? And I click this, and guess what happens? It opens up and it showcases all of my really good reviews, okay, on my website. So that's the much, much better way, okay, of utilizing your reviews is through widgets, okay? And yeah, that really helps with your online conversions, right? Showcasing all of your reviews. So if you've got great reviews, use them on your website through a widget. So guys, I am done, right? So hopefully you got a ton of value out of that presentation. Now, what I do want to talk about, Nick wanted me to give away like a free door prize. Okay, so I don't know if he's talked about this, but so I said, yeah, cool, no worries. I'll throw in like 3 months subscription to our software, okay, called Testified.com. So if you look at our website, or if you look up Testified.com, basically what we've done, guys, is we've developed an app, right, that replaces all of your marketing tools. Okay, so if you've got things like, you know, email automation, MailChimp, for example, right? Any sort of email automation, CRMs, right? Insightly, Ontraport, right? Zoho, Keep, HubSpot, any of those CRMs. If you've got a funnel builder like ClickFunnels, right? If you need pipeline management, Pipedrive, okay, Infusionsoft, LinkedIn, all of that. Reputation management, which is one part of our software, right? So I've only talked about reputation management tonight, which is Google reviews, right? So there's a lot of reputation management software out there. SMS marketing, okay, like ClickSend, okay, or SMS broadcast. Social media scheduling like Hootsuite, okay, Buffer. Surveys and forms, Typeforms, Jotforms, right? SurveyMonkey, okay. Bookings like Calendly, yeah. Web chat, okay, so web chat software like chatbot software, live chat software, referral marketing like Yotpo, okay, Referral Candy, and learning management systems, right? So things like Kajabi, you know, Teachable, all those types of tools. If you're using any of those tools, okay, then you're most likely paying anywhere from $300 to $1,000 per month, right? Our software does everything. So for us as a marketing agency, right, if you want to run your business like a marketing agency, like we do, right, you need all of these tools, okay? Most of these tools you'll need. And you're going to be paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, yeah, per month, right, US on average, to run your business like a marketing agency. What we've done is we've basically created a tool that does everything, okay? So it replaces all of these tools, okay, for one very, very low monthly subscription, yeah? So basically our door price, Nick, is that you will get a 3 month subscription to this service. Now it's only to the software, okay? You're not going to get our agency services for that, but we do charge about $300 a month, okay, just for this software, okay, $300 a month. So 3 months subscription is about $1,000 Aussie, okay? That's probably what the door prize is worth. So yeah, I'm happy to give that away tonight, Nick.
Awesome, excellent. Well, that's super generous of you, Quan. We do have a special way of drawing this as well too. In fact, I'll just share my screen. So I'll drop you off and I'll bring us back on again here. And here we go. And we have everybody's name in the wheel of names here. So so the way that this works is all of your name, everybody's name has been entered in here. So remember what I said at the start, that you have to be here to win. So if you've disappeared, you won't know unless someone tells you. So, and if you're not here and you don't sort of shout up and let us know that you're actually in the room, then we just go and redraw it. So for one lucky person, we will spin this wheel and you will get 3 months worth of that software, Testified, to take it for a trial run and get those reviews and get things working. So anyone want that? Excellent. All right, well, let's spin the wheel and let's have a virtual drum roll there and see who our lucky winner is. And it is Ron Beswick. There we go.
Ron Beswick, jeez.
Look at that. Look at that.
Is Ron here? Is he here?
He's
Yes,
here. Yep.
he's right here.
Yeah. Ron, what's your business?
We're just rebranding. We're in coaching.
Coaching. So you sell coats.
Pardon?
You sell coats?
Coaching. We're
coaching.
Yeah,
Business coaching?
Yeah, business, and we're focused on helping people coming up to retirement and planning and living
that type of business. You don't need specialized software. You can run your entire business using this software.
Yeah, I just had a quick look what you were running through there. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Very, very powerful.
Excellent. Well, well done, Ron. You've got 3 months to give that a crack and a trial and really sort of make it work for yourself. And I'm sure when you're on it and you see it working, then you'll be hooked on it for life there.
Okay, guys. And for everybody else that missed out, I will. Let's see if I've got something here. I came a little bit unprepared tonight. There we go. Scan that QR code and see what that does. Let's have a look. If you guys want like just a free consultation, right? We don't sell in our consultations, guys. But if you do want me to sort of take your business through this, have a look at how many people are looking at you online, whether it's worth setting up like a Google review strategy, and whether you want me to look at your current systems, right? Because unless you have systems, you can't scale. Okay. So if you want me to look at your tech stack, if you want me to look at your systems, not just Google reviews, but your entire business, right? If you want to have a quick 10-15 minute chat, I'm open to that. I just want to see whether this QR code works, because this was a very old presentation.
Yeah, that'd take a lot longer than 15 minutes.
Does it work, guys? Does it open up to something?
Oh, we need to share your screen probably, Quan.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen anymore.
No, because I took over. So share your screen again.
I'm so sorry about that. So scan that and tell me whether that works. It could be an old QR code that no longer works. Let's have a look. Can somebody tell me whether it's working?
Yeah, it's loading something.
Yeah, it's still an old form, but it'll still work, guys.
Answer 7 questions to start generating reviews and testimonials.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that was from like a presentation I did at Blueprints a while back. Okay. But if you fill that out and just leave us your name and email, right? Only if you want to sit down with me for 10-15 minutes, right? And I'll talk about your business. We'll look at how many people are looking at you and looking at your Google My Business profile. We'll look at how many people are visiting your website and how to increase your conversions, right? Because a lot of people think, hey, I need to go and do all this extra stuff for my business. You actually don't. All you need to do is plug a few holes and you will see a massive increase, right? So we're talking reactivation strategies, right? We're talking putting a couple of widgets on your website that changes everything, right? So if you've got like 300, 400 people visiting your website and you don't have this one widget that I'm talking about, right? You're bleeding leads, you know? And so we sort of show you how to fix everything before you go into paid ads and marketing campaigns and whatnot. So we find that a lot of business owners, they just don't have a lot of their holes plugged in. So we'll talk about how many people are visiting your website. We'll talk about how many people are looking at your Google My Business profile. And then you can just ask me any sort of marketing question you want for your business. I'll be happy to help this community.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Has everyone got the QR code or scanned it before we take it off the screen? Because we've got one more prize draw to run through as well. So we'll count down from 3 to 1, give you the opportunity to scan it. 3, 2,
How do you do it?
1. Oh, so how do you do it?
Camera, Deb. You gotta scan it with your camera.
Ah, camera, right.
Yep. So just what we'll do with this QR code too, if you're okay with this, Quan, is we'll send it out tomorrow in the post email, so that we send out just a roundup at the so after the event tomorrow. We'll include this QR code in it. So if you don't quite get to scan it today, then you can scan it off the email that comes out to you tomorrow.
That's a great idea. Yeah, really good idea.
We
All right,
put
cool.
the
I'll
link
stop
to the
sharing. Do
guys
you want me to
too.
stop sharing, Nick?
Yep, that'd be great. Thanks, Quan.
All right, it's done.
All right, and what we'll do is we have 2 other prizes to draw, 2 tickets to Aldwin's. What is it, Aldwin?
It's a free Publicity Secrets masterclass on this Saturday from 9 till 1 online. And it's intensive, a lot of amazing info about how to deal with the media, how to go from being the world's best kept secret to being a star and being seen, heard and known as the expert in your field. So this Saturday, 9 till 1, and it's worth $197 each. So we'll give 2 tickets away for that.
And great compliment if you're getting Google reviews, or a good way to get those reviews after you've sort of appeared in the media as well. Highly recommended as well. I've been to Aldrin's events, and she does pack in a ton of value with it as well too. So well worth going to. All right, so let's, we have 2 tickets, have we, Aldrin, or
Thanks,
just
Nick.
one?
Yep, 2 tickets.
2. All right, well, let's draw these 2 tickets, and we'll run through and spin that wheel again. And our lucky winner this time is on the cusp, Russell. Is Russell still here? Or did he just drop out?
Oh, looks like he's there. His picture's there.
Oh, there he is. How are you, Russell? Congratulations. So you get the ticket to the masterclass, or to the what is it, Publicity Secrets masterclass? Is that it? Yep.
Yes, free Publicity Secrets masterclass. Yes.
So what we'll do tomorrow is we will connect you both up by email, and then you can work out how to get the tickets and all that sort of thing there.
Beautiful.
All right, and we've got 1 more to draw.
Yes.
And thanks, Aldrin, for your generous offer to have this tonight as well too.
My pleasure.
And our winner here is Anna. Is Anna still here? Where are we? Let's have looking through the screen. Anna, are you here?
Her name's there.
I can see Anna here.
Oh, yes, she's there. Excellent. What's Anna's last name, I wonder? She looks like she's undercover there.
That's right. We will connect you on email tomorrow, so that you've got that ticket to go to the masterclass as well. And for the rest of you that also want to go to the masterclass, I'm assuming they can do that and get a ticket from somewhere too, yeah?
Yes, freeprSecrets.com is the website. I put that in the chat there.
Just drop it in.
Yep, freeprSecrets.com. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, there we go. That is our session for tonight. So let's give a huge applause to Quan for sharing all of your knowledge and secrets tonight. Well, actually, it wasn't all of it. I didn't give you enough time to share it all, but I think there was enough there to really get us sort of into getting these reviews and understand why it's really important too. So those of you that do want to check out the software, then you can go to, was it testified.com? Maybe if you just drop the link into chat there, Quan, as well too. And if you do want to take advantage of the session with Quan, just remember that QR code. You can book that with him as well. We'll send that out in the email tomorrow. If you enjoyed this tonight as well, the replay will be available up on the Smash Go YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon. And we'll have the link into chat as well. So you've got a direct link to go and subscribe to that channel. In fact, the best thing to do is to go and subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and then you'll get a notification as soon as that replay is up there.
Nick, you should put up your Google review link up.
I should put it up, but I haven't actually grabbed that at the moment. So maybe we'll shoot that out in the email as well. Thanks, Fred. And the other thing too is for those of you that remember me talking about the webinar or the event that we'll have running, which is how to create an additional $100 a day in your business, which equates to $36,500 a year. We now have a date for that event, and that is not this Saturday, but it's next Saturday. So if you're interested in coming along to that there as well, we'll drop the link into chat so that you can pop yourself on the waiting list, and we'll send you out the information. The link is in chat there now, so that'll be well worth coming along to and we've got I think we're running through 5 or 6 strategies to generate another $100 a day in your business. If you implement all 6, that's another $600 a day in your business, and they are strategies that you can implement even if you're not techie as well too. But we'll get some information out about it, but certainly if you pop yourself on that wait list with the link in chat, then you're sure to get that information as well too. All right, well, that is it for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for coming along once again to Business Owners Smashing It Online. Again, thank you, Quan, for coming along and sort of eating into your evening, which you could probably spend somewhere else, sort of enjoying it. But thanks for spending it with us tonight. And look forward to seeing everyone again either next week, sometime online, or wherever you are. So thanks again. That's Business Owners Smashing It Online for this week.